morning, Russia says it has hit the outskirts of Kyiv with a cruise missile, striking what it describes as a military facility. This comes as fighting intensifies in the east, and Ukraine braces for a major Russian offensive there. Back with me, retired Brigadier General Mark Kimmett, the former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs under former President George W. Bush. We're talking about the offensive, which everyone seems to think will happen any day now in the east. Talk to me about the intelligence that is assessing when and how it will begin.
Well, the when's always going to be a problem to know, but the how and where is what our intelligence platforms are pretty good at. We have overhead platforms, satellites that we can see troop movements. We've also got low-level drones that can see. We're listening to their communications through SIGINT, signals intelligence. So we've got people on the ground. They've got people on the ground that are no doubt watching these roads as they're moving down here, we think, towards Izium. So it will not come as a surprise where they are, and hopefully the Ukrainians will do something about that artillery, minefields, so on and so forth. But the when is a little bit harder to know.
Talk to me about the idea of this three-pronged attack. Here's a close-up look at Donbass, the east we're looking at right now. What are these three prongs?
Well, I think there are three options. There's obviously this notion of coming down here from Izium, trying to cut off the Ukrainians' troops in here. They might try to go deeper, but that would be very difficult. But in all these cases, of course, you know we've got the front lines here. You will probably see some actions by the Russians here to what we call holding the nose of these troops that are down here so that these enveloping forces can come down, or even maybe send some up from Mariupol. But the whole notion of capturing, getting behind the lines rather than going straight up, I think is probably what we'll see.
I'm going to pull out again here, and we're talking about this region over here. So what would the Ukrainians do to counter that?
Well, the first thing I think what they need to do, and they're probably already hardening their lines down here, more minefields, more intelligence, moving up artillery. But I think the most important thing, John, will be to, prior to the attack, this takes a huge amount of equipment, fuel, ammunition. They're going to be stockpiling that in locations near where they decide to do the attack. Those are pretty lucrative targets. You'll see where their artillery is. You'll see where their supply depot is. You kind of want to take them out at the knees rather than try to fight them face to face.
General Mark Kimmett, great having you here. Thank you so much for helping us understand this.